Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to make a phoenix. I saw this cool looking phoenix that another YouTuber, Bard's Craft, made, and he makes a lot of different terrain builds and custom miniatures for his game tables, top role-playing games like D&D and other games. And he's from Finland, I believe, and his main thing is just to use what you have around the house, kind of a thing. And he does really cool stuff with these creations of monsters, miniatures, different parts for his games and stuff. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, you guys can check out Bard's Craft. But anyways, I got this idea from him and I decided to go with it and build my own version of this. So here I am using a poster board to draw out. At this point here, I'm drawing out the head. I'm kind of winging it and using the pieces to trace my main pieces. So all these pieces I cut out at first are my tracers, and I'm keeping those to make more birds. I'm decided to do all the elements just for the heck of it, see how it turn out. This one's a phoenix, but of course it'll be fire. I'm planning to do earth, water, and what was it? Earth, water, fire. I have fire down, and wind. We'll figure how that will go. I'll figure that one out. It should be fun. But this is how it came out. It turned out really cool. So I just cut out these little pieces with the cutting blade here that I have. It's just like a little miniature little blade. You see a little green or blue oval one. It's a little blade comes out. It's like a box cutter blade. Pretty easy, actually. I really enjoy using these for small little projects with thin like board and that kind of thing. So I just cut my pattern out here like this and continued. At this point, I see this kitchen knife here, and what a good use I put to it. I use this rounded edge here, lip, for the body of the phoenix, and this is just styrofoam that came with my tea kettle. There's a bottom or the top of the key to keep the tea kettle in place in the box. And what better way to use this piece, recycle it, by making some of these creatures. So I'm going to be making many more, which will be really fun. I think this is going to be cool. So I just carved out his body a little bit more. Decided how big I want the foam to hold, to hold his skull that I made there, or his head, and worked around that, thinning it out. I used hot glue. Actually, the glue gun I used was a high heat, and it worked really well with this styrofoam, so it didn't melt it or anything. So I was pretty pleased with that. I was a little worried. I put the wings on here and first, and then I put the head piece on. I kind of made the head a little longer, so it was kind of like shielded over the wings, which is really cool. And yeah, I really like how it went together. At this point of the build, what I'm using is my leftover, you can see the leftover pieces from where I've cut the wings and tail out and the head. I'm just using that for extra feathers underneath and around the body part to cover that up and to make more flamey feathers come out of the body. I like the look. I want him to look full, and you can even look underneath him. He looks very covered and very cool. So here is, again, I'm tracing the wing, redoing the same tracer both sides. I've decided to add a inner piece to the wing, so I'm drawing that out and inside of that traced piece, and you can't really see it too well, but I just draw that out and then I use my little knife again and cut that out, and I glue them to the top of the wings to add more depth and more visual texture to the bird's wings, and it looked really, really cool. And then the outside that I left, because I did trace the outside of the wing and then also the inside of the wing, I cut that out, so you see this is the inside of the wing, gluing that there. And I used the outside to glue to underneath the wing. So first I'm just grabbing my other wing. It's step by step. I'm just kind of seeing what works, and I'm going with the flow because I don't have a plan, and it's kind of new to me. And yes, I got the idea from somebody else, but I kind of got the idea, but I didn't copy every step. So here's the top, but I just used the main, how to make it kind of a thing. So now I'm cutting out the wing again that I traced, and you'll see it looks pretty cool. And I just glue that to the bottom of the wings, and it gives it so much more texture and more feathers and that kind of thing. So you can really see the layers and how cool that looks. So it looks pretty cool. And then, like I said, I do it to the other side, and I really enjoyed it. It looked really, really great. Here I'm doing the exact same thing to the tail. I'm just cutting out the inside part of the tail that I drew feathers. Like I traced the whole thing. You've seen that, and it's hard to see with being so far away in the pencil, but I'm just doing the inside, getting that look there. And again, doing the same thing with the tail as I did under the wings. I had to chop it up into a little bit of segments, like extra segments. I couldn't put the whole tail just like that because I added feathers underneath, and there's no way you're going to get the tail evenly pushed back as the original. But I did put it in segments underneath, and it just gave that appearance of much more feathers back there and under there, so it looked really, really cool. At the end of it all, it really looked cool. Here I'm just adding glue with a skewer. It's another idea I got from this fella, Bard, and just to make it look like flames and stuff like that, I thought was pretty cool. And I put it on really thick, and maybe too thick. He didn't do it that thick, but I don't know how I like it. I could try another one in a different way. But I did get a really great texture, and as it was drying, I just kept streaking it to make it look like flames. So yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. I liked it. I like the effect, so that's a really good process, I think. I think it's less weighty and heavy than using any kind of texture paste or anything like that that would chip easily as well. So that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out Bard's craft if you're into miniatures and that kind of thing for terrain and game building and that kind of thing. And I hope you guys like it. Check out my next videos coming up because I'm going to be painting this phoenix in the next video. Thanks again, friends, for watching. Bye-bye.